Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So a while back I did a reading on Edward and it looked like he wasn't going to get the Duke of Edinburgh title straight away. I thought it was going to be around the time of the coronation, and well, yeah, we're a couple of months away from the coronation and he's been made Duke of Edinburgh. I just want to say, with this week, it has been a bit of a wild ride. We had Frogsit back into this week, and we've also had, of course, the Sussexes announcing that they are going to use the Prince and Princess titles for their children. In contrast, and I want everyone to remember this, the way the palace moved with the announcement of the titles for the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh is classic palace. It's been announced, the website's updated, it's all very smooth. So when the Sussexes announced theirs, there was a full 24 hours before the palace was updated, and there's been no comment on it from the palace at all. So I wanted to look at, I've got some questions around this. Also, I just before I go in, Lady Louise Windsor and now the Earl of Wessex, who was Viscount Severn, well, they can also choose to be called Prince and Princess, but it's up to them when they turn 18. Obviously, Lady Louise Windsor has not done that. If Harry and Meghan were so set on following that model, why are they saying that we're going to call them Prince and Princess? I've got so many questions. Let's have a look and see what the cards have to say about this. First off, I think focus on the positive. Look at the way the whole thing around Prince Edward's been handled, the Duke of Edinburgh as he now is. It's just completely different to how the announcement has been around about the titles of the Sussex children. So, which tells you a lot. So, first off, I'm going to look into the palace again and see if we can get any more information around the Sussex's title, see if we can get any more background now the dust settles a bit. We shall have a look into that. I should use these cards actually. Yeah, we'll take it from there. So I will look into the palace, what the palace felt about the communications around the Sussexes, and yeah, we're going to have a look at how Sophie and Edward are feeling now they're Duke and Duchess, and we are gonna have a look and see how overseas are doing as well. So we're going to start off with the palace. Now I'm using the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot, which is kindly gifted from my Amazon wish list. Thank you very much. You know who you are and you're fantastic, to be honest. Thank you so much. Honestly, mind-blowing. It's lovely. Thank you. Let's have a look and see where we are with the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot and where the palace is with the Sussexes after everything. Oh, there is wounding. There has been some upset. They're feeling quite bruised by it, which is weird. I think it's caught people off guard. I think it really has caught people off guard. I think some people have they've been kind of left, you know, almost like it's a searing thing. It's caused upset. What's crossing over them is the Spirit of Wands in reverse. Now, the Spirit of Wands in this deck is, it would be the King of Wands. It's in reverse, so this is a negative implication. With this deck, it's a very feminine deck. So the Spirit of Wands, this could well be Meghan. This could well be Meghan. It's a very aggressive stance. They have told a 1,000-year-old monarchy what they're going to do, basically, this week. They and the palace have went, whoa, that's a bit too... I think there was many red lines crossed, but I think this is a big red line, and the palace are going to respond to it somehow. We'll see. But they know it's Meghan. What they want to look to do, and this is why you've had no pushback, is they're wanting it to look the veneer of happiness, the 10 of Cups. They want to keep it a happy families. They want to keep it a smooth ship. They don't want to make out that anything is wrong. You know, it's very much that swan effect. It's floating along on the surface and all hell going on underneath. So yeah, they were not gonna, the facade wasn't going to crack. So what we've heard in silence is them just kind of not even bothering with it, which is interesting. The Four of Swords in reverse. You haven't been around for a while. I'm wondering if there is some kind of this can well be tying up loose ends from the Queen's passing. I feel like maybe the conversation, don't get me wrong, it could have well been, we thought you were gonna let the children decide when they were older, rather than going, it's their birthright, they're having it now. Because it seems all very woolly, kind of like, yeah, they're prince and princess, but they won't be called prince and princess, but they will be called prince and princess. And then there's also that whole thing, I wanted to get out of the gilded cage, but he's just created himself a gilded cage on the other side of the world, just where the wife can get freebies and get papped. Is this really all that was? Is it all this was because you want to merch yourself? I think they thought there was a different agreement. They really did. I think they had a different understanding of what was said. The Eight of Pentacles there. I think maybe not avoiding responsibility. I feel they've been caught off guard, and there's some people in the palace, and I think it's caused a bit of a stink, this. Because what's happened is somebody's dropped the ball. Now, that's not the king, that's not anyone else, but there's somebody working in the palace that's dropped the ball, and it's going to cause a bit of a stink. It's not how they usually do operate, it's not how they do anything, but there's something regarding this whole... Hello? I know, it's terrible, Astrid, it's terrible, sorry. That has caused a complete and utter stink with everything regarding this. Something has happened which is wild. I know. Okay. Something with this situation tells me they are going to be patient. You're just going to see them keeping on, getting on. But there is something with regarding the titles of the overseas children that we're going to find something out about, I do feel, because we've got the Two of Swords there. Somebody's going to have to make a decision, and they're going to have their hand forced to do it. With it in reverse, it doesn't look like it's a decision they're going to want to have made. They're not going to want to make at all. The Nine of Pentacles and Temperance. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse shows that there is an uncharitable and an unfriendly and look at the palm tree. Look at the palm trees on that card. It's the two palm trees. Very ungrounded, shallow. And the Palace is trying just to kind of keep an even keel about it all. I really think that, I think the coronation's coming up, guys. And honestly, with these cards, I feel like people have maybe focusing on other things and they weren't expecting anything stupid. The Queen of Cups coming up suggests to me something's going on with Camilla. There is some concerns about something with Camilla, which is interesting. It might be something more to do with the coronation. The two, they may feel that they are it could well be incorporating her children and grandchildren into the coronation that they're working on. The Two of Swords with this, it seems to me, with regards to this whole situation with the overseas duo, look, the Palace is focusing on what the Palace does, which is the royal family. The royal family are working members of the royal family. There is no control really about what the overseas duo can do what they want, say what, as you've seen over the past few months. But with this, it's hello, can I let you? Yeah, sorry. Got paranormal captivity. Hello. But with this, we are getting a different vibe. They are gonna take their time with this. They're waiting. They're gonna have the hand forced. This is not a big thing. This is not a massive thing. They are going to have their hands forced with something. Whoop. Okay, let's have a look and see. Let's have a look and see how Sophie Wessex feels about all of this. Sophie Wessex, the Duchess of Edinburgh. My goodness, I'm not used to it yet. Let's see how the Duchess of Edinburgh feels about all of this. And won't Meghan? She's a Duchess now. Duchess. She can't hide that over her anymore, I don't think. So let's have a look at Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh. Four of Swords in reverse. I think she's fine. I think this is showing me that, and I feel this as well with I feel like they're still in this grieving period. They still have this loss. They're still in mourning. This is why things aren't maybe as quickly as is happening, and maybe the Palace staff are still in mourning as well. I suppose there will be. I mean, everything's changed for a whole bunch of people who knew and loved the Queen. She's not there anymore, so it does make sense that people are in mourning. The Eight of Swords in reverse. She can see her way forward. She can see a way forward and something good to come out of this. Ace of Swords, start of something new. She's an Aquarian lady. She would come through as Queen of Swords. So the Ace of Swords, she's very sharp, Sophie. She, not sharp as in she's abrasive, but sharp as in she knows what's going on. She can see people. She can see through people. She can read the room well. She can read people very, very well. And I really think this is a new start and something to focus herself on, because I think she's really had a very deep loss. What's underneath this situation? There's jostling and moving around for position. Of course, she's been in the royal family for quite some time. I think she's none of this, what's happened with the what happened with the Queen, how the Sussexes went on up until the Queen's passing. I feel like she's getting pretty tired of other people's drama. There's the High Priestess in reverse, and there's the Queen's passing as well. So there is a lot of grief going on with the royal family. They are still in a period of mourning around the Queen. She's very, very hurt by it. What's on her mind? So, she's concerned about the overseas couple. Very concerned. We have the Empress in reverse there as well. There's something around maybe with cruelty and while she's concerned about the overseas couple, she's most concerned about Meghan. She's hyper aware of them if they come to the coronation. Yeah, she's very aware of Harry. She's concerned about both of them. Her major concern, I feel, with the coronation coming up is Meghan. We've got the Empress in reverse. There's that cold cruelty that she's worried that she is going to try and be disruptive, be difficult. We've got the King of Pentacles in reverse. She's also concerned about Harry coming into the coronation planning and being disruptive as well. Nine of Pentacles is the outcome, so that is a very kind of, she's just going to keep on doing what she's doing. There is going to be some happiness coming up for her. She is having a rough time, guys. She is still in grief. That she is very tired with all of the backwards and forwards that have gone on. I think she finds it draining, but she has got something fresh to focus on. The Nine of Pentacles there, of course, in the future, it shows somebody who's very grounded, very affluent, very happy, and she may well be having to do some things with Catherine, the Princess of Wales. So I think Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, and Catherine, the Princess of Wales, are going to be doing something maybe jointly together in the future. The Nine of Pentacles is all about affluence, being happy, and I think with that card we can see the air coming in with the bird, and we can see the earth sign Catherine in the Pentacles. So yeah, there could be something coming in there, but of course it's a card of affluence and happiness and generosity, and yeah, that's all good. So my next question is, it's regarding why didn't Meghan and Harry wait until Archie and Archie and Elizabeth were older to bestow them titles. Why now? Three of Swords. Okay, so they were hurt by something. Ace of Wands. It was a fresh idea. It was a new idea. This is definitely something they wanted to get back at people for. Okay. Eight of Swords above. Six of Wands, Falling Glory. Okay. This is all to do with the loss of Frogmore Cottage mansion. Really, it's huge. The delusion, they couldn't figure out a way forward. They're still frustrated. They're still quite stuck with stuff. And the Six of Wands in reverse is that the loss of status. Now, everyone's going, but you know, they've got the prince and princess titles. It would be international protected person, blah, 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 blah. Not really, not 100% sold on that, because they're not active members of the royal family, and they're also hasn't got a residence in the UK. So, you know, looks like he's emigrated to America, so it's his problem, isn't it? The Six of Wands and the Ace of Swords crossing over. Look, there's fire there, there's hostility there. They wanted to get themselves out of the befuddlement, but all they've done is actually tie themselves a little bit further into knots with this whole situation. They wanted to have a veneer of happy families, which, yeah, they do. There's that Chariot again. Seven of Cups. Eight of Wands. It's Two of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so they are going to do the following. Well, they're doing the following. What they've done is they've gaslighted everybody and told us all, made it seem that everybody's signed off on this when they haven't. They have put out story after story. We've had Meghan papped. We've had Meghan release a that she'd been at an event thing with something to do with kids. She has, which actually could be the Empress in reverse, Sophie thinking, oh, look at you. The Seven of Cups in reverse, of course, this is gaslighting. This is moving things around. This is murky waters. They've done it all. We've had an all-out Sussex assault this week. Why have they done this? Because they're getting everybody wound up. We've got the Eight of Wands here. I've seen so many comments about King Charles and stuff. They really wanted to stir the pot. They really have. And the Two of Swords there is, they don't want somebody's hand forced. They don't want somebody's hand forced, but they are working. But that hand will be forced. They're concerned about it, but Buckingham Palace's hands are going to be forced with something. And in the future, they are going to come for Catherine, the Princess of Wales. More. They are really going to come for Catherine, the Princess of Wales. Now, I'm going to ask for a clarifying card, because that could also be something coming out about Doria. The Chariot there, they're going to get away with themselves. They're really revved up. Like, they're like, oh, ignore South Park and trying to keep going. They are just, yeah. Is that Doria, or is that Doria? Let's just ask, is that Doria? And it's Catherine, because we've got the Page of Cups there, which would be George. So yeah, they're going to come out swinging for Catherine about something. It might be something to do with It's to do with Catherine being more popular than Meghan, let's face it. It's nothing to do with anything Catherine's done. The Chariot there, they are going to be kind of charging forward. Now, what we saw with how the palace feels and how Sophie feels, there is a sense of loss, there is a sense of grieving. What we can see with how the Sussexes feel about the announcement and everything, it's just, they don't like being told off, and that's effectively what losing Frogmore Cottage is being told off. So that's what I can see in the cards, so look out for that. With the Two of Swords there, the palace is going to have the hand force, but the Sussex are worried about the palace actually having the hand force with something, but they kept pushing them and pushing them, pushing them to it. They can't help it. They're both attention junkies. As much as they deny it, they love it. They like charging forward and steamrolling things. This is one of the, apart from Meghan's books and but this is one of the last things that they can really try and stir the pot with. They can come out with further claims and stuff like that, but this is one of the last things they can stir the pot with. But they don't realize, they haven't got the self-reflection to realize that they look like hypocrites. And a lot of their cheerleaders are anti-monarchists. Why would, how do they reconcile that? So really they've shot themselves in the foot long term. But my girl Sophie is the Duchess of Edinburgh. Anyway, let me know what you think of the reading. Let me know if there's what you think of the cards. Let me know if there's any readings you would like me to do down below in the comments. Don't just do the royal family. I can do other people as well. So leave it down in the comments. Thank you for being here, and I shall see you all in the next one, guys. Bye, everyone.